Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Sag, this is going to be your April 2024 reading. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Guys, discern the messages. If you're here, you pretty much know how it works. I want to say thank you to everybody who has been so incredibly patient with me. The end of March, beginning of April, rough go. We had flu A, we had the rhinovirus, we then got hit with some allergies on top of it all. I was completely depleted, so I needed to take some time. I really was trying to get back to things sooner than I am, but for whatever reason, here we are, right? So bear with me. I have still a little bit of residual sniffles, a little bit of a residual cough, you know, got zapped with some blisters and stuff from all of the congestion. If you've ever had the rhinovirus, like, you know, it is that the sinus pressure, the hurt, the pain of the head. My Lord, what a horrible experience. So thank you for your love and support, the kind messages, the nice words, the emails. You guys are amazing, all of you. So thank you so much for all of that. But we're getting back to business as usual here, slowly but surely. So Sag, again, your April 2024 reading. Let's see what's going on with you all. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a wonderful Easter holiday. Personal reads are open and available again now that I'm feeling a little better. That information is in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. So let's get straight to it. That was really quick. Freedom. You know, I started your video a few minutes ago and got a little bit into it, and I started having a coughing spell. And, like, you know, Sag, I'm going to throw this out there because everything that happens is indicative for me as a reader, as an intuitive, every single time. And I talked about, I took a pause, spoke to spirit, and I've just had this energy looming that just seems every time I get so far personally on something, shit gets sideways again. So I sat down, had a moment with spirit and whatever negative nonsense has been projected, and said, you know, I'm entitled to this freedom. What comes out for you guys? This freedom, the card of freedom. Sag, something here is closing out. There's a catalyst moment that is happening for you. 22 and 18 could be important, or the word names just about come out of my mouth. Pay attention to names. I don't know what that's about. Spirit just brought that in. Pay attention, but also pay attention to the numbers. Okay. For some of you, here we go. Sag, once again, I feel like your reading is going to be very freaking profound. Names, dates, numbers. You could start to see a reoccurrence of these things that are coming up for you in regards to the past. It's like everywhere you go, everywhere you turn, it's like a remembrance. There's something of remembrance that continues to come in and come through. Hydra, catalyst energy. This is the transformation. This is like, you know, you think about snakes. They produce eggs, right? They're growing, they're crawling, they're squirming, they're worming around in those eggs until they come out and they hatch. Same energy. You are going through a massive fucking rebirth, Sagittarius. This is huge. And this change is like you're splitting off of an energy. And I kind of seen this for Leo when I just did their reading for April. I talked about the duality of two faces. There's the change. There's the distraction. If you've been trying to distract yourself from something, you're not going to be able to allow the distractions of what it is that you need to heal from. Stop it. You cannot stop this. Now, side note to that, you may also feel like there's a lot of things going on outside of you right now that are distracting you from your higher purpose. Pay careful attention. There's like, I'm going to call them red flags all over something here for you moving throughout the month of April. However, this red flag is not so much, or these red flags are not so much as like red flags of who you're dealing with or what you're dealing with, as much as it's an energy of stopping, observing, being witness to something here that is coming in. You could feel this energy in the air. We've got the eclipse on Monday, the new moon on Monday, right? But it's something here is grabbing very significantly at your attention. And Sag, I don't know if for some of you, if you're not paying attention to it, others of you are like, what do you want from me? What do you need from me? There's something about this that maybe your past goes red flag, but this runs deeper. I almost kind of feel like you're trying to cut something off at a pass and stop it from like evading your space, out of frustrations, out of anger, out of whatever this is that you're trying to stop from recreating itself, is what Spirit is saying. Pay attention to that. But this freedom, I'm gonna do your reading a little differently. I'm trying to keep these between 20-25 minutes max, but I am going to clarify that freedom specifically. But whatever you're going through here, Sagittarius, I feel like there's an independent energy that you are stepping into. 2 9s here, very, very independent, very, very like Spirit is using the word burdensome for some of you. This may feel like a burden to some of you, but this is a release from old structures as well. This is, Spirit is saying the freedom to speak your mind. You have the candle illumination coming through. I talked about those red flags. Look at all that red. There's a lot of red. And when you think about red, it's resentment, it's anger, at least for me as a reader. Some people love the color red. I'm not a fan. Confirmation coming through with the shooting star energy. Abundance. Sag, you're in a very focused energy on your money, your career, your finances. Some of you could be planning vacations, planning dream lives. There's a whole lot of a planning phase that's happening, and I will tell you, if that's what you're doing, please harness this new moon energy that's coming in on Monday. Be with that energy, sit with that energy, create the life that you desire, and work towards that for the next 6 months, right? With this Aries new moon. But there's still something here, whether it's a cycle that's trying to close out, whether it is, I'm hearing the word get. Like get out, get away, get, because I feel like something comes in, it could almost feel like daggers. And when I say that, it's almost like, you know, you think about like a movie or something where they fighting or whatever, and there's daggers and somebody gets jabbed and it's like, oh my God, like that hurts, obviously, right? That's not going to feel good. That's how it feels. It's like there's an opening of a wound that comes in with this remembrance that Spirit is addressing. Something is coming to the surface for healing here, Sag, and I don't think that it matters what you do, how you go about whatever this is. It's in the air. It's in the stars. It's in the astrology. It's everywhere that you are, and there's like an idea that you can't escape whatever this is. There's no escaping this. Illumination. Something is being illuminated. Something here is happening. There's an awareness. There's something between like an exuberation of wanting and yet feeling good, and yet being pulled into like the flashing lights in front of your face. I don't know how else to explain this to you guys, the way this is coming through. You can't miss the signs of what Spirit is trying to show you right now. Okay? Like, it's almost like Spirit is smacking you in the face with something by these names, dates, places, memories, whatever nostalgia is coming up. But there's something around that for each of you on your own personal level, and it will be different for all of you, that needs to be addressed. So let's clarify this freedom, individuality, and lust. Spirit is saying that these are the ties that have bonded you to something or somebody else. for what could feel like all of eternity. Like there's something very much around a connection here. And this could be you breaking free from that or trying to break free from that. I'm telling you, listening. There's that air energy again. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius doesn't have to be. There's the trapped. It's wholly, you know, you could feel like it's held you back for some time. Karmic, 6 there. Boundaries, 7. But I'm going to say this to you with this freedom and this listening, 5. Has this been, this could be self-sabotage for you or for somebody else. You could have recently had conversation where you needed to listen to something in regards to the darkness of a situation. And I'm going to read this to you. It says, darkness does not always equate to evil, and light does not always bring the good. There is a balancing act of change with duality. I kind of feel like maybe where you were in a particular position with something or someone, it's kind of like the tides have turned somehow. What that means for you specifically, you're going to have to discern that information. But it creates a bit of a listlessness that comes through with this as well. It's almost like you're trying to make heads and tails of the energy change that's happening around you, Sag. And Spirit's telling you that it's going, you know, not trying to be the bearer of bad news, right? But it's going to be rocky for a little bit as you navigate through these challenges of understanding what these red flags are. Because again, in 5 of Cups, regret, loss. But in that, Spirit says freedom again. There's something here that breaks up the listlessness, the loneliness, the change that is happening. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, again, going from the 5 of Cups to the Queen of Swords and the present energy, putting those emotions at bay. Something here, I think, Sag, for some of you, even though this 5 of Cups comes up in the past, it's bringing emotions to the surface. And I think for some of you, up until 2nd, 3rd week of April, you're going to feel this energy. But through this, you're going to gain some kind of clarity as to why something has not worked and what is creating this change. Do not allow it, though. As much as you can tuck your emotions away, do not allow it to make you cold. That Queen of Swords can be very cold, right? In the negative sense. Like, I mean, she's very aware, perceptive. She communicates well. And for some of you, Sag, this could be you seeing somebody else in this light. It doesn't have to be, you know. I think for some of you, that's the feeling that you're dealing with someone like that. For others of you, this is you. It's going to vary. And I'm going to tell you, I talked about the red flag. There it is. 78 cards in a tarot deck, and there it is. 2 cards in. There is something to this. And it's like, I feel like with this air energy, it's kind of like, again, you can't miss it. It doesn't matter that you can't not see something here about whatever's going on specific to you. Trying to live in a space of freedom. That Knight of Wands, you know, she's carefree. She's got her heels kicked up. And I'm going to show you this reiteration of energy here with this Pegasus, this freedom. And then you take a look at the background and this horse kicking its heels up. Partying, maybe trying to make sense of things, trying to create that space of freedom solely within yourself rather than with another person or situation. 3 of Pentacles, the Judgment card. Something here, it's a very funny energy, Sag, that it comes in, and whatever this is, it makes you feel really good and yet very bittersweet in the same essence. The essence of this is like going from one high to one low, to be happy, to be sad, to be pissed off, to be, you know, exuberantly illuminated with everything that makes you feel good. It's a lot of back and forth kind of energy, and it's kind of like trying to find that right vibration to stay on, to move forward. It's like you may be trying to get comfortable again after a period of discomfort with this energy. Future energy for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. 7 of Swords. There's something, there's a shooting star. That star energy, Aquarius energy, 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Sag, it's like there's something here. I feel like the Seven of Swords is your action of not, it's an action of inaction is what I'm going to call it. I always say that Seven of Swords to me is like duck and run, hit and run kind of energy, right? Somebody here in a particular situation could feel small, detached, yet illuminated, said what they had to say, did what they had to do. And it's like you're trying to separate yourself from these low-key energies and or vibrations that you felt have come in. It's a very odd energy, Sag, that you guys are sitting in. Different than what I'm typically used to seeing you evolve in here, or be involved in, I should say. But the star here is like trying to get to a place of happiness. Sag, something here still, I'm going to say still, has not completely closed out. The World card and the Ace of Wands coming in with that Five of Cups. There's a residual energy attached to the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, about balance, security, stability. Spirit just said your heart and your head can't make sense of it. There's something about that, and that's part of why this isn't closing out completely. There's a residual emotional attachment to something, but yet there's a desire of freedom that says just go live. Just go live. Just go feel. And yet it's like there's no feeling. There's not a single freaking cup on the table besides the Five of Cups and that cup that the Queen of Swords has tucked away. It's under lock and key. That's a problem. Are you once again in a space of not feeling? You're wanting and desiring. There's a lot of desire for abundance, happiness, security, stability. But where's the emotional charge behind it, Sag? That's the problem. Is I think that your Nine of Cups sits within you understanding that it requires emotional balance to bring in this positive stuff. Like there's no, it's almost like dry emotion that is trying to transform. And it's like you're working solely under that air energy of the mental, thinking your way through it, talking about it maybe to a point. But yet the thing about this Queen of Swords is, as much as she is a truth teller, she's very quiet in this card. And this Nine of Cups is like complacency in that. Complacency and just sitting there and sitting with whatever has happened and not really wanting to understand the internal struggles that come with why there's no feeling attached to this. It's almost like this false facade of, yeah, I'm good. I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I'm doing me. 999 could be very important numbers for you, Sag. But the emotion that comes with these desires, this healing, they're lacking, okay? This World card and the Ace of Wands, Spirit, Temperance, there you are. There's that healing, crossing energies. So with this healing, again, the Ace of Wands sideways, you know, there's a need there to take some kind of action when it comes to your losses, your pains, your regret, your emotions. You could be dealing with a Scorpio with the Five of Cups there. Doesn't have to be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, period here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You got Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius again. The World card not coming to a completion, this Five of Cups. Is there something here around a healing? There's an understanding between you and somebody here, Sag, that needs to happen in order for this healing to fully take place. I'm going to say for some of you, if you had entered a new cycle 5-6 months ago, maybe even 9 months ago with something or somebody, and there was a part of healing from things prior 4, 5, 6 years ago, even backwards of 9 years, that had not occurred, this has resurfaced some of that pain. This has resurfaced your reservations about moving on and moving forward in a space of emotional happiness and security. For some of you, there is a little bit of hope that's been attached to this for a while, but allowing yourself to step out into that has been the struggle. That Ace of Wands is the inspired action. Sitting at 3/4 here is, I'm right there, but I just won't let myself go there. And what it's doing is keeping this cycle open of regrets from the past, and then re-seeing or reviewing or reliving those same regrets, and then trying to just go, I'm okay. That heart in the head, that Queen of Swords, the Nine of Cups. How has that affected your stability? And you can keep your head down and keep working on all the things that have abundance. A lot of financial stuff attached to it. And you may be having successes in that, but, you know, not saying nobody needs to have somebody else, right? We need to be comfortable within ourselves. But what good is that if you don't have friends, family, or whatever to truly share in the joys of those things with, is what's coming up. All right. The Seven of Swords for Sagittarius, the month of April, please. I just heard from Spirit it was a loss that I had to take. Whatever that loss is for you. 8 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Sag, can't help but go, there's the 10 of Wands. There's something here to, you know, Page of Swords, it's a lack of communication. 9 of Swords, 4 of Cups, Page of Swords in the reverse. There's that Queen of Swords again. Somebody could have had communication with you here recently, Sag, that I'm going to call it was suggestive, is what Spirit is saying, to some of your own fears, your apathy to things. I feel like your energy is very stubborn, very low-key, very stubborn, arms folded, closed off on the emotional sense. You know, you talk about body language of a person when they cross their arms across their chest. They're trying to reserve. They're trying to save space. They're trying to keep themselves from opening up. They're trying to guard, protect. It's giving them a sense of security in that moment. That's how that feels to me. It's like you're just kind of sitting there and just going, okay, like, I got nothing to say. I don't want to look at this. Not once, but twice. He's not looking at the cup that's being presented. There's something here, Sag, that you're missing. Missing it very heavily. Whether it's a soft and subtle cue. It's like every time I look here, you've got that Ace of Cups. Could be the Ace of Cups with that Queen of Swords that's tucked away. There's an abundance right behind her if she would just turn around and look. There is that new cup. That rainbow-filled goodness. You've got the 4 of Cups. The universe is giving you something again. It may come in a form, Sag, that isn't as apparent as you would like it to be, where it's like not in your face so much, but it's like, whether this is the universe or somebody else or a job or something, it's like, I feel like this has had 3, 4, 5 turns before. And they may have presented this to you in a very loud manner. This time around, it's coming in super soft. You know, when I pick up that energy, it's kind of like we try something, right, over and over, and each time that it doesn't work, we lose a little more faith in it. Whomever, whatever this is, that's where they are. Whether it's Spirit or another person, they're trying, it's like one last time to get your attention on something. And there's nothing coming. You're not giving it a lot of thought because it leads to anxiety, sleepless nights. Maybe you feel like you're attacked in some way, but someone's presenting this to you and it's like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to have to look at this. I don't want to acknowledge it. Why? Because there's pain underneath the surface on an emotional level that needs to be brought up to be healed. This eclipse could be bringing that back to the surface, Sag. It's time for review. It's time to look at the one thing that you're missing. The one thing that you may not want to look at. In this Eight of Wands, when I talk about that Seven of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Two of Wands, that hit and run is that cup going, do you see me? I'm coming in, I'm going to give you just enough to see if you're paying attention, and then I'm going to leave. Happens really, really quickly, in an instant, and then it's done, and then you're left with your Two of Wands of what you're going to do with that. What choice are you going to make? Spirit said you've already made an exit from a situation. Spirit, again, good or bad. It's going to be on your perception of what this illuminates for you. I feel like you guys, Sag, you see two sides of the coin here with this Queen of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Star. You realize the density of certain things or how things could be. But it's like you have a very linear vision of what your world looks like. And I'm not saying discredit your dreams and your thoughts and your ambitions. But what is it from the past that you're missing? Because at some point down the line, Spirit's saying 6 months down the line, this is going to resurface again. If you don't handle it now, it is going to resurface. Will you be prepared for that resurfacing? Because right now you're not looking at it. You're sitting complacently guarded against whatever is happening. And it's like, let me find my freedom. And I do think that you're trying to find a way, probably a very different way than you're used to doing and trying to resolve this. But there's still something that is very small that is being brought up. And it's like that test from the universe. It's that test from Spirit that says, here it is. What are you going to do with this? Are you going to transform? Are you going to go through this catalyst energy and allow it to change you for the better? P.S. That's an 8. That change, that's karmic. Whatever this is, you cannot escape it. It has come in, it has created just enough upheaval for two people to go two separate directions, but I'm going to tell you that in due time, it is going to bring this back together somehow. Whether it's for a moment of time, another lesson, but this is a karmic soul tie. 6. I feel like for a while, silence is going to transpire, but it is going to kick this back up eventually again. So if you're trying to just shut it down and avoid it on an emotional level, you might be able to get away with it for a while, but it is going to resurface. You know, Spirit is just saying, you know where this fits. You know what part of life this is for you. And Spirit is saying a lot of you just aren't ready for it. Whatever that is, you're just not quite ready for it yet. That's why it's like ignorance is bliss here, you know? And Saggy, I'm not trying to beat you up. Look at Ace of Cups comes out sideways. Two of Pentacles. Dare I try to heal it? Dare I try to reinvest in it? Sag, this is like about you giving yourself self-love and investing in yourself so that you can invest in the one thing that has tried to invest in you. And until this past shit from, what I say, up to 9 years ago is healed, there is something here with a karmic soul tie that is going to bring you back. It will bring you back every single time to this for you to re-examine what side of it you're going to fall on. And I think you know that. I think deep down within there's a knowing of that. But right now the distraction is, I just want to live and be free. But no, this is going to come back around. The olive branch has been extended for you to take a look and review this. And I think for some of you, the second that it requires an emotional investment and an emotional awareness, that's when you're shutting it down. This doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. So, all right, Saggy. Advice. Advice for Sag, please, Spirit. Advice for Sag. Lighten up and create. All right, advice for Sag. Or tried. Resolution tried to come out. Somebody's surrender. Sag, somebody here was really trying to, whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, I don't know. Again, different for all of you. But somebody here is really trying to dig deep. Somehow, some way. Let it go and check in. Again, coming out sideways. Somebody could have checked in with you. I said something. You could have had some kind of communication with somebody. Somebody could be checking in with you to see where your feelings are. You could be checking in with yourself to see where your feelings are. But someone here is struggling to let something go, whether this is you or someone else. There is some type of abundance that does come in with this. And as I say that, receive popped out. I put it back in. It just popped back out again. There it is. Receive. And change. Healing. Reassess. I'm going to call this, you're going to go through this periodic review with whatever this situation is. It's not going to go completely away. There is some type of soul growth here that it's like it has to happen in baby steps. It has to come up for review every now and again. It's like going into a job and, your first 90 days are up, let's review you. Your next 6 months is up, let's do a review. Your 1 year anniversary, let's do a review. This situation, this relationship, this job, this whatever, there's a review process. But the interesting thing to this is every time it gets put on pause, you and the other side of this situation, whether you know it or not, there's a change that's happening. There's a need for a healing to take place. And through each step of it, it's up to be reassessed. It's up for review. Expect this from the next 6 to 16 months. You're not going to be able to get away from this. So if you feel like and you acknowledge the fact that there's something here that you keep putting on the back burner or something you just don't want to look at anymore, it's not going to go away. Time will not distance it, because no matter what, something is going to happen on an energetic level that is going to pull this back together one way or another. Be mindful of that. And I won't tell you that it's wrong for you to take your time in whatever this is. Frequency just changed, my ears buzzing. But it's to get you to change the outdated parts of yourself and even for someone else. It's the inevitable. The other side of this, with each up-leveling, you're going to realize that abundance isn't just in money. It's not just in the tangible. This kind of abundance changes your life for the better for in every aspect that you could ever imagine. It's massive. Big changes coming, Sag, over the next 16 months for you. And it might feel like things die down for a while and you're going on about your day and your business. And then something energetically pulls you back in. Review this, write it, journal right now with this eclipse, your new moon review. Write it down, because I guarantee you go back in 16 months. There's going to be a good reason to look back over this time frame right now to see what has changed and how it's evolved. I don't think you're expecting it at all. All right, Sag, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully this video helped you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Again, thank you for sticking around while I was ill. You know, it is what it is. I'm human just like the rest of us. Personal reads are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. I'm sending you guys a ton of love, light. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.